News Radio Network.
Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Wow, do we have a ton of stuff. Whew. Plus, parody song. Tampons in the boys' room. All right. Coming up. We got KJP from the other day where she's just so happy to be answering these questions. She loves it. She loves the questions about Document Gate, or what should we call it?
Garage Gate.
Garage Gate.
That's my favorite. Now,
Garage Gate is good. I like that.
Okay, so I
should be hearing that more.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Garage Gate is perfect.
But so I'm trying to get Garage Gate to get traction, but what's actually getting some legs out there is Car-a-Lago.
Car-a-Lago. No.
Yeah, I don't like that either,
No.
because then you drag Trump into this. There's nothing to do with Trump.
Yeah. Right. Right.
All right. So Garage Gate it is.
Garage Gate for us. Tell you that right now. But, you know, the scandal for Biden is not anything like.
Please.
How can you even compare them? Well, you're right. The Biden situation is worse because he was just vice president, doesn't have the right to declassify documents, although there are those claiming he did.
Yeah, there's definitely a
amazing.
big claim that he had the right to because of some executive order that Barack signed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Constitutionally, though, that doesn't hold water. Sorry, no. And you can give all the executive orders you want. That doesn't make it okay.
Wait.
And it was in his garage. He makes the big deal that it was a locked garage.
Yeah, no visitors logs.
Safe and secure.
Crackhead son living there. Mm-hmm. Who already has questionable ties to foreign entities. So maybe
China,
not the best.
Ukraine, who knows? I mean, yeah, there's a lot going on here.
And since they were found by his attorneys and not the Department of Justice or the FBI, and I don't know how much we even trust them really anymore, but they were talking about how it was loose documents. You know, it's not like they were in a folder in this box. The documents were apart from the folders. At least that's what I heard.
And is that supposed to be better, worse, or about the same?
Worse.
That makes it worse.
Yes.
Okay, they're loose, and that's bad. All right. I'm all over that. I think that I believe that wholeheartedly, that if they're loose, it's even worse.
Sad.
Yeah, and KJP, you know, like you said, she's just having a great time not answering these questions.
Yeah.
And in fact, there is a...
Well, she doesn't want to get ahead of the investigation.
No.
I'm sorry, the review. She doesn't want to get ahead of the review.
There was an eye-opening podcast that was sent my way that Simon Atiba, he's from Today News Africa, and she refuses to call on him. She hates him. She told him,
Oh, yeah.
I'll get to you next year, as in 2024. Yeah, so she's impossible to deal with. But he said, and this shouldn't be a surprise, but, you know, you submit your questions ahead of time.
We knew that.
Yeah, right. That's when you're going to get called on. But what's happening now is everybody is asking about this, and she has nowhere to turn, nobody to ask questions of that don't involve this. How long? Who leaves office first, KJP or Joe Biden? That's kind of
KJP.
You think
she's
so?
got to go.
Yeah.
She has to go.
Yeah,
because she's
terrible.
becoming more and more
Terrible. She's a liability.
She's terrible to begin with, and now she can't do it.
Yeah.
She's forced to do something she can't do.
Right.
And
Because
she just looks
everybody
terrible.
wants to know about this document thing, which she's never given an answer, because it's always that, I want to get ahead of the review. Yeah, we're not asking you to get ahead of the
You
review.
need to ask the DOJ, and that's the whole point. They did go ask the DOJ, and the DOJ is like, no, we never told them they couldn't talk about it. Well, go ahead, you can ask them.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So obviously
Unbelievable.
we've been playing for the last 2 weeks now, her avoiding questions. But there was the one that we had. She had the press conference on Wednesday where she's done.
You could tell she's just really...
She's done.
Yeah, here it is.
He chided former President Trump
for having in his possession classified documents. He called it irresponsible.
Yeah.
First of all, do you think it was proper for President Biden
Nothing hypothetical here.
to comment on an ongoing DOJ investigation?
So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep it really short today, as it relates to this particular issue, as it relates to an ongoing legal matter. I'm going to refer you to Department of Justice with that specific, as it relates to anything that you want to ask of us about this legal matter. I would refer you to the White House Counsel office. I'm going to leave it there. Not going to go into further.
I'm simply asking you to comment
I
on the person that you work for.
I just commented. We're moving on. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I already answered your question. Go ahead.
You really didn't.
Well,
You really didn't.
I did.
And you never have. No.
Well, it's your opinion. It's your opinion. It's your
Wow.
opinion. That is
Wow.
your opinion. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because he wasn't asking anything hypothetical. He was just saying. Do
Right.
you think it's proper that he's commenting on an ongoing investigation with Trump?
Why is it such a big deal for you guys not to comment on this ongoing whatever it is? But you certainly commented on Trump's
Absolutely.
ongoing whatever it was. So why can't you do it? Oh, it's just so frustrating. If they survive this,
I know.
I'm done. I don't know what that means. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know who I can contact. But I'm done.
There's got to be an island somewhere.
It's got to be
right?
a number. It's got to be a number you can call.
It's got to be. Yes. Do we have to get a hold of Ivan? What's the number, Ivan?
It's right there. It's
Right there. Yeah. Is there a number? What number can we call when we're totally done? Oh, it's hard. It's hard not to just swear on the air. That's the only thing that makes you feel any better. Jeez.
And it really doesn't help.
And it doesn't help.
It doesn't help. I
That's
mean,
true.
you do feel better, but it doesn't help.
It doesn't.
It might be worth checking in with Martin just to get a refresher on how long our delay is, because this administration's really testing us.
I know.
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
are.
I'm back in rehab. I know it makes you feel better, but it really doesn't.
It really doesn't.
Doesn't make
Nope. Jeez. So Biden talked about it. She won't talk about it at all. Biden at least has said a few things about it.
Every time he does, he's got to read something in front of him verbatim written by his lawyers, and even that he can't handle.
But he did. He talked about GarageGate yesterday.
As we found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place. We immediately turned them over to the archives and the Justice Department. We're fully cooperating, looking forward to getting this resolved quickly. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll decide that, not you. How about that? Okay, we'll decide if there's there. Not you.
I thought the juxtaposition of that shot. Could you put up just a still shot of that, Kayla? In the background there of Gavin Newsom just enjoying this, because the more scandalous this gets for Joe Biden,
the better it is for him.
He's just looking over his shoulder like, keep reading.
Coming up on the outside.
I'll see you in 2024.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Democrats who would like to see that happen.
Blood in the water.
Yep. Now, he's terrible. He's awful, but he won last time. So,
Yes,
I don't know.
he did. I mean,
do you jettison him?
He not only won, Pat.
He won with
got
the biggest
most votes ever.
Yes. More people love him than anybody in history. Think about that.
I have.
I reckon
I have.
I'm gonna make a wager that the next Democrat that runs is gonna have the most votes that have ever been accumulated
Like
by a
100
candidate
million.
in history.
Maybe 101
Whether
million.
it's Newsom, whether it's Harris, whether it's Joe Biden again.
No, they can't do that again, can they?
I hope not.
What do you
I mean,
mean again?
some states have taken some precautions. Not enough, though. I don't know if enough swing states have taken precautions and answered some of the questions that we have about the election process. But
I mean,
it needs to be dealt with before 2024. That's for darn sure.
I mean, the joke of they can't do it again, I mean, really puts in question the voter integrity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's almost really not a joke.
Well,
I know.
We know Arizona didn't get it together. And and by the way, that
No, they got worse. Really.
Yeah, that education thing that Governor Ducey got through is in jeopardy now from the pseudo-governor, Katie Hobbs. Anyway, so, being able to spend your dollars wherever you're with the kids, oh, gosh, it just... So Arizona,
Why
you
is
can
that a
take them
bad
off the
thing?
list.
Why in
I don't
the
understand
hell is
that
that a
either.
bad thing? I've never understood it. I've never understood the opposition to school choice. I mean, that might leave bad schools completely empty. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Here's an idea. Shut it down.
What did the head of the NEA say that the number one task of the Teachers Association was not to educate kids.
No, that's right.
It was their power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So that's your answer as to why it's a bad thing for kids to be able to go where
Darn, and
their
that's
parents.
we need to find that audio because that was in my other machine. I guess I don't have it. It looks like
That was a tough one to find too.
Yeah, that was one that not many people played. We had a lot of those,
I know.
and I miss them.
Don't make me sad.
I miss them.
I know. Now we're sad. Is there a number?
And yes, there is.
there a number?
There's always a number. Our number is 888-900-3393. Also coming up in a little less than an hour, we've got more on trivia to finish off the week. We got just a limited number of those left.
I know.
So if we lose in the playoffs, are we eliminated or do we keep powering through?
No,
regardless?
we power through. Yeah. It might be meaningless, but we're going to power
We
through.
might have to revisit that in the,
That's who we
the
are.
owners' meeting at the end of the season.
It's kind of like the Joe Biden rule, Even if
Yeah.
you lose, you still win.
You
So we just keep going.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Wait, what?
I don't know. It's math. Don't listen to me with math.
So what? How many are there? Let's see. This is divisional round. So
Yep.
next week's the championship.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks after that.
The NFC and the
Then you have the
AFC
big
championship, and then it's the Super Bowl 2 weeks later. So
This is, after today, 2 more,
I count 3 total, including today.
if you include
I count
the day.
3 total. So that's what we got left. And then we're going to do shortly thereafter. Anyway, Pat Gray Bingo will return, which is always fun. I love Pat Gray Bingo almost as much as more in trivia because you play it all week. It's fun.
Sure.
It's fun.
Yeah, Just Who Muck and Futch. We've been in talks. We've been negotiating.
Oh, have we been in
talking
talks with
about,
her?
Contracts and whatnot. And so,
How much are we offering her?
she's
this
ready
year?
to go.
Substantially more than in
I'd
previous
like to
years.
take a look at that contractual arrangement.
She's ready to go.
Okay, good.
Week of March 20th, I believe, is when we're going to get that started.
Okay, so there will be a bit of a
little bit of a pause there.
Has she signed yet? I mean, she's not going to get hurt.
I don't want to jeopardize
before we sign
anything,
the deal.
but
Well, I can't comment on an ongoing. Let's not get ahead of the negotiations, Jeffy.
All right.
If we could.
Yeah,
And
thank
that's
you.
it. That's all I'm going to comment on. I'm just not going to get ahead of the negotiations. More video from Biden's visit, though, to the Atlanta church. I mean, more gold keeps coming out of that little appearance. Was it last? It was just last
it was
Sunday.
Sunday,
MLK,
yeah.
right?
MLK
He was
weekend.
there for the whole MLK weekend. Yeah, the celebration. Now
Yeah.
it's not just a day.
Yeah. So here he is with Raphael Warnock. Holy cow.
Before you press play on this, somebody commented under this. Oh yeah, definitely. He went to a black church every day. This is great. I mean, just keep that in mind. Remember, he's been in the black church every day his entire life.
Well, after Mass.
He practically grew up there.
after Mass, yeah.
There and the Puerto Rican neighborhood between the two.
After Mass. After the daily Mass.
Yes.
Every morning Mass.
And then somebody else commented, so wait a minute. As someone who went to Catholic school, I forgot, I think they said that the school started at 8:30 every day. And Mass is at whatever time.
He said 7:30 Mass, right?
Is that what it was?
I think
Yeah,
he said
7:30
7:30
Mass. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, it's impossible. And we all know this, but it's just funny to see somebody try to type up how the math would work.
Break down his timeline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here it is.
What's this?
Oh my gosh.
Come on, clap your hands, all you people. Shout to God with a voice of triumph.
He can't even clap. Unreal. He is so
Come on,
lost.
the power of the Lord.
He's definitely lost.
He doesn't even know where he
Yeah.
is right now.
I think you're right. I think he's having this moment.
Feel it in the atmosphere.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it weren't so bad for America, it would
Yeah.
be sad.
Yeah.
Just
if it were just
pisses
some
me off now.
random old man up there, we'd be like, man, that's really
that's
sad.
sad because he's very awkward.
But you snap out of it real quick and go, oh, look at that Marxist destroying my
Yeah.
America and my kids' future. Screw him.
Right.
But, I mean, he can't even clap.
Completely lost.
Well, yeah, for at least 30 seconds, he's out of it.
Well, he's pretty uncomfortable for a guy who practically lived at black churches.
Right,
you know?
right. But even Raphael Warnock, play that again. He looks
Warnock
like
looks bad,
He
too.
looks like he's a white guy up there, and Joe Biden just looks like he's completely gone. Can we play that? Just, I mean, even Warnock looks awkward.
Raphael's tapping the toe, though. He's got a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
At least he's moving to the beat a little bit.
He's got a little bit going on.
Yeah, he's even clapping.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that guy there. Ooh.
Wow.
Take on with a voice of triumph. Take me up.
Yeah.
It's like he's never been inside a church.
Yes,
I know.
absolutely.
I know.
It's like, this is what you do.
And he's like, I don't know what to do. I am just standing
It's a
here.
black church. This is a black church, old man. Oh, my gosh.
I used to live here, but not now. It's been a little while since I've lived here. I don't know what to do with my arms. Do I have any arms? Am I wearing pants? Okay, all right, good. Let me tell you about the proven oxy technology that quickly destroys viruses, odors, mold, and much more. It's Eden Pure's Thunderstorm air freshener. Man, these things are great.
It's perfect for when a Jeffy drops by unannounced.
I will say,
Right.
since one has gone into this room, it has helped.
It has,
In
right?
this room, absolutely.
I was thinking that just yesterday.
Absolutely.
I cough less. I feel better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely eliminating the odor, and it'll eliminate odors like litter boxes. Sarah was just talking last week, I think, about her Thunderstorm air purifier that they put in, I don't know, the laundry room or something where the litter box is. And her son always complained when he went in there about how bad it was after the cat did its business. But then she put this in, and he was like, I don't smell anything anymore. It's that good. It really is. Dirty diapers, cooking smells, all of that goes away. You eliminate these odors. You don't just mask them with a nasty, flowery perfume, which I hate. I can't take that. Over 265,000 thunderstorms have been sold. So there must be something going on that is really, really good, and there is. Plus, there's no filters to change. These are so great. Little compact system. Just plug it into the wall and turn it on. That's all you have to do. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code PAT3. You'll save $200. That's 3 Thunderstorm air purifiers for under $200. The shipping is free. Eden Pure Deals, EDEN Pure Deals, EdenPureDeals.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I don't know what to do with my arms or my face.
Or my face?
Where are we?
That's why I've got this dumbass look on it. I don't know what to do with it.
He seriously looks like a little kid on stage who doesn't know what to do.
He looks like he's in a grocery store and he can't find his mom. Right? I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's the leader of the free world, supposedly. Some poll results here. Will Joe Biden be president of the United States after Memorial Day 2023? Yes, 58%. No, 42%. So that's quite a few people who don't believe that he'll be president after Memorial Day.
Keep pushing the date back, though, because I feel like we thought he'd be out already.
Yeah. Well, logically, he would have been, but no, the world's not logical.
Should I have posted a poll that said, will he be out tomorrow? Because that was the original prediction.
Yeah. Then we got these, the dumbest quote of all time.
Oh, yeah, we did another poll.
Does it belong to Chelsea Handler, who didn't know the sun and the moon were different? Or Hank Johnson's Guam tip over?
Yeah, when we played them back to back,
capsized.
It was tough.
It was
a tough call.
It is.
Who won? Who's dumber?
Hank Johnson, 67 to 33%.
Oh, Hank Johnson.
Congratulations, Hank.
No doubt. Congratulations.
That's great, because that's a pretty dumb thing to believe the sun and the moon are the same. Don't understand it. 40 years old. Seriously, at 40 years old, you haven't noodled that out? Like, hey, why does the sun look closer and duller at night. I mean, it's pretty bright, but that's only because it's not daytime anymore. And why isn't it daytime if the sun is up? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Weird. I mean, just one of the weirdest things I've ever seen or heard
What's
about.
annoying is sometimes the sun forgets to dim its lights at night.
Yeah.
And the folks in Alaska have to deal with that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
For 6 months. They're like, all right,
That's
I got
right.
it. Are you a moon
Which
yet?
kind of sucks because when you sleep, you get all confused. And it's just not, it's not right of the sun to do that to Alaska.
No.
We've got some more fun from Davos, right?
Yeah.
Richard Edelman, the CEO of the world's largest PR company.
This guy, screw him.
All of them are just psychotic. And these are the people that are apparently in charge of our future.
Yeah. So he's mad at platforms like Twitter being run by a guy who likes free speech.
Wow.
We've got to get these places under control, y'all.
All right, here he is.
So I think the first thing that, because I mostly work with business, that business needs to do is deprive platforms that spread disinformation of oxygen. Stop advertising. Pull your promotion money. Make sure that they understand that they have a consequential impact on society. And the boycott of Twitter for several months has had a modest impact, but I think the Facebook one failed.
Oh, no.
But the necessity of getting it right in the platforms that are probably primary source information for a third to 40% of people is urgent.
How about we boycott his stupid PR company? How about that? Let's do that. I'm not going to do any more business with his PR firm. I'm just not going to.
Are you currently doing something with him?
No, but this is how committed I am. I'm going to continue that theory and that practice the rest of my life.
You were thinking about it?
Yeah. I mean, I was,
happened.
but that's over now. I'm not going to. I'm really committed to continuing my boycott of his PR firm.
What is the name of his PR
I mean, when
firm
they come knocking, for what's the Kexi cookie?
Huh?
Kexi cookie.
Right.
Kexi.com.
Kexi.com.
Right.
KEKSI.com.
Right. When the PR firm comes a knocking.
Not going to do it.
And again, I ask, this PR firm that you're thinking about doing business with, what's the name of it?
Well, I'm not going to say the name because I'm not going to give them any publicity.
It's done. It's over.
Oh, wait.
I refuse. I refuse to give them
that way we know who to avoid.
I'm not going to give them any oxygen. That gives them oxygen. I'm not going to do it. So
you could have taken a stab at Richard Edelman is the CEO of the company called Edelman.
Oh, boy. So you give them oxygen.
Well, see, now everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. But please boycott Edelman then. All right? Instead, do your business with somebody who doesn't use Edelman for PR, and that's Kexi. Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. We brought back the hot chocolate cookie.
Those are good.
The butterbeer cookie.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
The Texas sheet cake. The M&M cookie is really
So hang on.
This is going to come as a surprise, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, that does surprise me because you're so svelte. I would have thought you didn't
try to
eat
lay
any
off them. Yeah.
Is the promo code the Jeffy still?
Yes.
Okay, so
18% off, baby.
18%.
What's going on here? Does Jeffy get a cut? Is there commission working here every time someone uses his promo code?
We can't comment on contractual.
Look, I don't do any of the
right
accounting. I don't know how that works. You'll have to ask my son Sean because he's in charge of all that. Jeffy, how many checks have you received so far?
I just said I can't comment.
All right. Yeah, we don't want to get ahead of the negotiations. Joe Bastardi posted this regarding the weather in Davos, Switzerland, where, of course, they're deciding our future right now.
Yeah,
all the elites, all the people who understand the world so much better than us. And they run the world because we can't be expected to do any of that. We can't be in control of our own destiny, right? So they do it for us.
So Joe Bastardi has the thing he calls the Al Gore effect. Wherever there's an event, a climate...
That is true.
It is true. A climate, and we've talked about this, a climate-themed event that Al Gore is in attendance, it's always colder...
Always.
...than normally is. And do we have the map? Can we put that up here? Look at Europe. Europe is well below normal.
I love it!
Isn't that incredible?
Again, the Al Gore effect does kick in.
That's interesting.
Like year after year after year, when they do these climate things, they get snowed out or they're delayed.
And you've noticed,
cold weather.
When they've been chasing the elitists down the street, they're covered in snow.
Yeah,
Sometimes it is snowing. So there you go. It's not,
so great,
warm and rainy in Davos. It's cold and snowy.
So is Russia much warmer than normal?
Right. Russia's warmer than normal right now.
Wow. Well, the Al Gore effect. I love it.
Effect. So, yes.
I love it.
Speaking of those elitists, John Kerry was caught walking down the street yesterday.
Oh, good. Good. The U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Climate was in a rush to avoid these journalists' questions.
Yeah.
Here's what happened at Davos to John.
Secretary Kerry, do you think that the high price of natural gas is actually a helpful thing to get people to transition to a green economy?
I'd love to talk about it, but I just can't do it on the run.
Can you justify being here when you yourself take private jets? Can you answer that? But you've taken a private jet before. No, but you've taken a private jet before to collect a climate change award. You have done that.
I fly commercial exclusively.
I fly commercial
exclusively,
right.
Which is an absolute lie. Let's do the reminder of what he said. When was that? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yep.
Huh. All right.
It's the only choice for somebody like me.
Fly private.
The time it takes me to get somewhere. I can't sail across the ocean. I have to fly to meet with people and get things done. But what I'm doing almost full time is working to win the battle of climate change. I'm not going to be put on the defensive.
Oh, I see. He's not going to be put on the defensive for using private jets. Nobody said you should take a ship across the ocean. We're suggesting that maybe you could fly commercial, you elitist bastard.
Well, we know the picture that we had with they made such a big deal about him and not wearing a mask was on a commercial flight.
Oh,
right?
that was?
So
that was after that. So maybe the pressure worked, huh?
Yeah, it might
maybe.
have.
Okay.
I also wondered, do you know anybody that shovels the walks in Davos? I mean, every time we see these guys walking outside of the barrier zone, they're all slipping and sliding. How about we get somebody to shovel the walks?
The guy who asked John Kerry the question there was also on top of
Klaus.
Albert.
Yeah.
No, Albert
Borla.
From
Pfizer.
Pfizer. And that, again,
Ezra
that
Levant.
is not easy to do, and he does it really well.
Yeah.
Right. Ezra Levant, and I like how they're doing a tag team. One of them will ask and then wait, and then the other. And so that way, if somebody gets boxed out by security, there's another guy there with a microphone.
Well, Albert had I think one guy and a couple of girls with him, right? In his
just staff though. It didn't look like they were security because no one was trying to muscle them out.
Now, what's his face?
Klaus Schwab.
Schwab had a couple of two big security guys with him. Kerry's got three.
Kerry's got of course,
3 security guys.
I will be put on
security.
the defensive.
Right.
But
I won't answer your question. I can't walk and answer questions at the same time.
We're on the run.
Boy,
I
wish
love
could,
to talk
man.
to you. We're on the run.
A lot of people are coordinated like that, but I'm not. I'm not coordinated enough.
He's had hip surgery at least once, so maybe that's a problem.
Yeah. So we really had to think about his steps so he didn't slip and fall and break a hip.
Yeah.
All right.
I do like a friend of the program, 5 Times August, who said everyone with the World Economic Forum should just make Davos a 15-minute city and stay there. How
Thank
about
you.
that?
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Like that. And they're big on lockdowns. Maybe we just lock them down and leave them there.
Not opposed to it. Could absolutely see that happening, and I'd be happy to make it happen because then they're not polluting the atmosphere with their CO2 by taking these flights all over the place. Just conduct all your business from Davos. Okay, you'll be fine then. By the way, Secret Service is now saying, because what they've been saying for months is that we don't have any records of visitors to the Delaware locations. Not at his actual homes, but we do the White House visitor logs, and we keep close personal records about what's going on of everybody in and out. But we don't have any in Delaware.
And when we first heard that, we're like, really?
Now, by the way, I guess we do have some records from the Delaware homes. And by the way, Look at the home of middle-class Joe. And that's just one of his homes.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that thing.
Isn't now the house next door they bought too for the Secret Service, right?
Really?
Isn't that where they had they were saying that they would see him swim naked and everything because they were living next door?
You see the pool in the back?
Yeah.
You count 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 levels of this massive house for middle-class Joe, who's been a public servant his entire adult life. Huh. Fascinating.
It is.
Nice house. Way to go, Joe.
Pat Gray.
888-900-3393, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got some tweets to share. Adrian's slideshow? Okay. Slade? It's not a slideshow, it's a Slade show.
There you go.
Every Sunday morning at 7:30, Joe Biden would drive his 18-wheeler to the Amtrak station, take it in to attend Catholic Puerto Rican Black Synagogue to hear inspiring sermons by Reverend Corn Pop.
That's about right.
And that's just some of his BS. That's all condensed into one. Ape Lincoln tweets, it's almost like Joe has never been in a black church before.
Almost.
Yeah, but we know that can't be.
No.
We know that can't be.
Every day.
Because he said he was there all the time. He practically lived there. Jimmy Dimples, I'm pasty whiter than Biden is. And I felt more rhythm and spirit with that black church video than he did. And from Lone Wolf 2965, the Green Movement, destroying the environment to save the environment.
Yeah. Yeah, and living well within their means too, like
Sure.
Joe Biden's house there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Show the house again if you can, because it's nice. I mean, that's gotta be 10,000 square feet,
and keep that up there.
Easy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
it's just that he claims to be middle class. That's not a middle class home.
Not even
close. And keep that up there while Pat reads this tweet here, because you need this visual.
Oh yeah, I like this.
1, 2, 3 fireplaces. Nice.
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
Okay. So when you have a parking lot for your house, you know you're middle class.
Hold on. Jeffy counted 5 fireplaces. I only see 3.
3. No, I said 3.
Bordering lower class.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that is bordering lower class right
Yeah.
there.
Well, look, that's not even a full parking lot.
Why no parking structure middle class, Joe?
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the
well,
parking
there is.
deck?
That's the garage back there, right? The garage looked a little chintzy.
Did it?
It's like nobody parks in the garage anymore. That's where it's safe and secure. He keeps things in there.
Man.
But I mean, he has so many people coming in and out and do people. He's got to have a place for them.
Got to have the parking lot. Yeah, you got to have it.
You can't.
There it is, though. I mean, that's incredible. That's a nice house.
That's a sweet house.
That's a dark, and it's one of what, 3? He's got He's got one in Wilmington. He's got Rehoboth, the Rehoboth Beach house. I think there's one other located somewhere.
Is it the White House?
Well, he does have the 56,000 square
That's
foot
not
White
his
house.
Keith.
Oh, that's People's House. People's House. Sure.
Sort of. Try to go in there and use it.
You can walk right in.
Yeah.
It's people's house.
Sure. Make yourself at home. I'm sure they wouldn't mind that.
this house.
That's
right. Earlier this week, Rachel Maddow did a segment on China's battle against COVID.
She's still on?
Yeah, surprisingly, I guess. Like once in a while.
I thought she hit
did
the
a
bricks
thing.
to do her podcast and doing specials for them. So she's still on. Okay.
Is she on? I don't know. I don't know if she's on a regular basis. Because I don't really follow her career or her show.
Really?
You know, we haven't done this in a while.
Seriously, I thought she was hitting the bricks.
I did too.
We haven't done this in a while. What is the MSNBC primetime lineup? And
because
yeah,
we just saw
she's
what's
still
his
on at
face?
9:00 Eastern.
Yeah, it's her show, but I don't think she's doing it. Is what I thought their deal was.
Let's see here. Oh my gosh! You know when you do the Google search and you click on it, it's something totally different. So it said 9:00 Eastern, but now it's Alex Wagner Tonight. So she must be filling in for her or what? But yeah, it's still a bunch of white people doing the on the lineup there, and then Joy Reid and Whitey's.
Well, Al Sharpton has a thing on the weekend still, right?
I'm looking at the weekday.
Yeah, he does have a weekend show. I think Sunday night or something. You know, that's high viewership. It's a big viewership night.
I switch back and forth. I go, oh, Sunday night football.
Yeah, to
Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton. Yeah. It's hard to switch back to football
I know.
after you get a dose of Al. You just want to stay there. He's so good. All right, so here's what Rachel had to say about the China COVID battle.
This is just last week. This is a hospital in Shanghai in China last week. This is not an ER or an inpatient wing where people get cared for. This is actually the lobby of a hospital in Shanghai.
Oh.
You see patients crowded together, and they're surrounded by their loved ones, their family members who brought them in.
Yeah, we do see that.
This is a shot of inside the part of that same hospital that's meant for actually treating people.
Oh, boy.
See how crowded it is. Barely any room to walk. There's so many beds in this part of the hospital. They've run out of room to put people in rooms, so they have gurneys in this hospital lined up in the hallways.
Jeez.
Outside of supply closets.
So what's causing
IV
this?
bags.
Yeah, we got it.
Against the walls.
What's causing this? Why?
This man is receiving treatment in what looks like just a waiting room chair. He appears to be
does
sleeping
look like
while he's
that,
sitting
Rachel.
up. There's nowhere else to put him.
Nowhere to put him.
This hospital in Shanghai
I got
is so
it. It's
overwhelmed.
crowded.
I'm sorry to say there
What's
are
causing
dead bodies that are sitting unattended still inside the
What's
hospital.
causing it? Gotcha.
Tell us.
These
What else?
upsetting photos were taken by New York Times photographer Kilai Shen.
I don't care who took the photo.
They paint a scary portrait of
Why
just
would
how
I care
badly
about that?
China is struggling
What?
with COVID.
Pause
right
it for
now.
a
They
second.
listed
When was the last time you saw a news story and thought, well, okay, yeah, that's interesting information, but who took the photo? What's the name of the guy or girl who took the photo?
I will say there are times, my wife being a professional photographer, there are times when she goes, oh, that's a great shot. Thinking about that. But I don't think she's ever said, I wonder who that is.
I've never once said, hey, I wonder who took these photos, these interesting shots that Rachel's
I
talking
appreciate
about.
their work.
What's the name? Can you give me the name? And she does. So I really
appreciate the
that.
work.
Yeah, it's great.
I bet the photographer
sounded like you
appreciates
don't.
it. Yeah.
No, I appreciate it a great
the
deal.
photographer lady and her mom appreciated Rachel Maddow.
Very much so. Yes, you're right. All right, there's more.
their strict lockdown measures late last year, and numbers there appear to just be skyrocketing. Hospitals and morgues are overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Officials in China say close to 60,000 people have died of COVID just in the last month alone. And this is coming out of a country that notoriously undercounts not only their COVID cases,
I'm
but also
surprised
their
that
COVID
nobody
deaths.
watches this.
One reason China is getting hit so hard right now is because lots of adults in China haven't had the full course of the original course of vaccines, let alone any new booster shots that would target new variants. But it's also important to note that China's in a different situation than we are when it comes to vaccines. They distributed their own vaccine. They didn't distribute the very highly effective Pfizer and Moderna and even Johnson & Johnson shots that we got here. So looking at this very dire situation in parts of China right now is part of what's going on there, that their vaccines just are not as effective. And so we'd never be at risk for something getting that bad here again because our vaccines have been better.
Oh, wow, man. They've stopped it cold. Our vaccines here have stopped the virus cold in its tracks. So what a great point she makes there. If you have had that shot, even one, but hopefully you've had all four so far that have been authorized. Hopefully you've had your full maximum of 4 shots, the 2 original and then the 2 booster.
Don't even talk to me.
And then you don't even have to worry about it anymore. You could dive and swim in a vat of COVID-19 and you wouldn't get it. You could drink a pitcher full of COVID-19 virus and nothing would happen to you.
What's it taste like?
You'd laugh. You'd laugh.
You'd laugh.
I don't know, but it's probably delicious. It probably is.
Well, it's delicious if you've had the boosters, if you're up to date.
Yeah, you don't care. Okay, you just don't care. Somebody could inject it, come up with a vial full of COVID-19 virus, and jam it into your body. And it wouldn't matter.
That's what they wanted us to believe. And apparently Rachel Maddow still does. These people are insane.
And I will admit, the Chinese vaccine was bull crap because that's been used by some other countries too. I think Chile was using it, or Argentina, one of those South American countries. For whatever reason, they used China's, and it didn't work.
Are young people dying unexpectedly in China?
I don't know. That's interesting. That's an interesting question.
By the way, C.J. Harris, the American Idol guy who had died suddenly, the cause of death is in heart attack at 31. Because that's so normal.
Yeah, well, how often have we seen 31-year-olds die in their sleep?
I just saw a headline, another soccer player drops over 25 years old.
Okay,
the headlines that he...
Okay, you know what? I'm telling you, now they're baiting us, okay? Because I saw that too. Soccer player dead at 25. And then you click on it, and they want you to think, another died suddenly. It was a boating accident. Just so...
Freaking COVID is affecting people's boating now.
Yeah. It's hard to steer a ship.
Yes. I won't hear of it.
You have the COVID.
So there's been that. There was another one too, like that, about a died suddenly, or you think it is.
You think
and it was a car accident.
Right.
See, now they're just trying to trick us, to have us go, see?
So
another
be careful.
one.
Well,
be careful when you look at those stories.
That would be almost on purpose from our friends on the left.
Yeah.
To do that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Alex Berenson, who follows all this stuff and the vaccine injuries and all that stuff, he says that the recent UK and here we go. I don't know when Euromomo. That's what it says. Death figures are frightening. In the last few weeks, deaths have surged to higher than any point since early 2021. In other words, it sounds like the vaccine, and I've thought of this, and I just haven't had anything is doing more harm than COVID did at its peak.
They were saying that the new, I read somewhere, and I don't know if it was Alex or who it was, but I did read where the new variant, the XBBI dot whatever it is more transmissible to the vaccinated.
Yes, yeah. We've actually mentioned
we talked about that.
That it's basically you're creating transmission factories in people.
We've stopped it cold.
We stopped it cold.
Stopped it right in its tracks.
But don't worry, Bloomberg is hot on the case. More young Americans are dying. But not from vaccines. It's not from vaccines that are killing young people.
But not from vaccines. What is it? What are the alleged
Oh my gosh, this has been going on. It's just cardiac issues for kids.
Really? Okay.
That have been going on forever. So don't act like this is a new thing.
Crap.
Why do they think we're supposed to believe that?
Because they're rewriting history about everything, so why not this too?
I mean,
they're rewriting history in real time and trying to fix the past for us so that we don't scream about what we're supposed to.
And it's going to come back around anyway. We said when we found out, we don't keep any records to any of the visitors that come to the house. That can't be true. What do we find out months or years later?
It isn't true.
Oh, you know what? There's no way they could allow that to happen, right?
Yeah. Yes.
We find out yesterday, right? The Supreme Court says we don't know who the leaker is.
We
looked. Man, we looked
intensive
everywhere.
Investigation. They couldn't find who it was.
We couldn't find who, what. We don't even know who works here anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
No, that might be true.
Come on now. I mean,
ridiculous.
It is. Yeah. It's like nobody believes it. What are you doing?
They expect us to. Well, I mean, there's such a large segment of the population. Certainly not.
We've got a guy. They can't even find his wife in Massachusetts yet. They're charging him with their murder. They've got his search passed for the past year.
Have you seen
every freaking text and searched of this guy?
I mean,
it's an awesome. It's an awesome read.
Do you have that story?
Somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I have it. I was going to go. I have it to do on chewing, but I mean, it's just the whole run through of every text that they have. But I mean, my point is that we have got this guy's history, and we're to believe. Yeah, we couldn't find anybody. We don't know who did it.
So does it look incriminating for him?
Oh my gosh!
I haven't been following.
Hold on. Here's the subject of the email I sent to Jeffy. I said you have to read this story verbatim.
And I found another one too to go along with it.
Okay,
it's awesome. But
at 4:55 a.m. on January 1st, he searched, "quote How long before a body starts to smell?"
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's right.
At 4:58 a.m. How to stop a body from decomposing.
But my point, we've got this guy's search engine. Right. We've got his searches for back months.
Yeah.
Supreme Court of the United States. We don't know. We can't find anybody. Okay.
5:28 a.m. How to embalm a body. 5:47 a.m. Looked up 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to.
Well, who among us haven't?
6:25.
That's kind of
those
true, actually.
searches.
That's kind of true, actually. I will say.
Listen to this. 6:25 a.m. How long for someone to be missing to inherit?
Oh my gosh.
6:34 a.m.
We've all looked that stuff up for the shows.
Can you throw away body parts? 9:29 a.m. What does formaldehyde do? 9:34 a.m. How long does DNA last? And then he goes on, can identification be made on partial remains?
Maybe he's binging Criminal Minds on Paramount Plus.
How do you clean blood from wood? What happens when you put body parts in ammonia? Is it better to throw crime scene clothes away or wash them? And
leave this man alone.
Right.
He's just asking.
Maybe he's
interesting
Maybe
questions.
he's binging CSI.
Is a hacksaw the best tool to dismember? And now I give the floor to my attorney Jeff Fisher to defend me on this. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is so bad. It feels fake. It feels like someone just planted in these search terms.
Yeah. Yes. But did he think you couldn't check that out later? Is that what he thinks?
We can't find who leaked the Supreme Court document.
I know.
Bro needs to use DuckDuckGo.
Very true. Jeez.
Stop using Google, man.
Oh, man. All right. Yesterday, the Prime Minister of New Zealand announced her resignation. This news clip from New Zealand has been making the rounds. Not sure when exactly this was broadcast, but...
We just can't let people forget about the pressure that these... people in the media and the celebrities were pushing on us. This is unreal. I haven't seen this.
Check this out.
Project viewer, you will know that we are very pro-vaccination, pro-booster. And I think we were pretty surprised to see that result today. 57% of New Zealanders, according to this poll, keen for those unvaccinated nurses to come back.
We need the staff, but for one, I wouldn't want a family member being treated by an unvaccinated nurse.
I'm the same. I'm sorry. I just want to know that my healthcare workers are vaccinated and that they're all in the same camp.
Just for God's sake, get the jab, go back to work. Take one for the team. Every now and then we have to do something we don't want to do. But your country's calling. Get the jab. Go back. I don't care what your rationale is behind. Your country's saying we need you. So go and do something. It was like me fielding under the helmet. I didn't want to do it, but I did it for the good of the country.
Right, thanks.
Oh, you're a hero.
Did you win?
I mean, seriously.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, this is...
That's...
Don't forget.
So ridiculous.
I mean, we had a lot of that, though, when the vax first came out. I mean, I'm sure that was, closer to the vaccine rollout days.
I'm sure. Yeah, but obviously the pressure
Don't forget. Cannot let them get away with this.
Go push our citizens into doing this, regardless of whether they want to, because there's no freedom involved here. No. It's all about protecting other people from you. So go tell them that. Go tell them. So ridiculous. And now it turns out, it's turning out that they were more dangerous to us than we were to them.
Huh.
They were spilling their stupid spike proteins all over the place, and we were the ones they were spilled on.
It was the other way around.
Yeah, it was the epidemic or pandemic of the vaccinated.
Upon the frozen tundra of the human mind, two teams go head-to-head.
How many weeks are in a typical year?
60.
60 weeks is really close.
In a brutal battle between brainless boobs.
What is SPF supposed to protect you from?
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Thank you.
And senseless buffoonery.
What direction does the sun rise?
In the West?
In the West. Oh.
Dullards versus dummies.
Name one landlocked state.
California.
Oh, California.
Man, that's a good guess.
Dopes versus dodos.
A menorah is usually associated with what religion?
Voodooism?
Voodooism? Pretty close.
Moron versus moron.
If you're in a selfie, who most likely took the picture?
Person in the middle?
The person in the middle.
In a monumental matchup of minuscule minds.
Who is the Speaker of the House?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on whose house you're talking about. Usually it's the wife.
Oh.
This is Moron Trivia.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
More on trivia. Down to the last three. And we are joined by Stu Bergier this morning. Welcome.
Great.
Yeah. From Stu Does America, from the Glenn Beck program.
Good to see you.
Stu and I will be doing the Glenn Beck program today, again, to finish off the week. So we'll see you then as well. But more on trivia. Here is our more on trivia commissioner, Jeff Fisher.
That's good.
Tell us
Good
how
to
the
have
game
you.
works.
Good to have you stop by. I'll tell you that.
Just like Roger Goodell, they just start booing the second you walk in.
We are going to predict the outcome of an NFL game. That's what More on Trivia does. Today's game is the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we do that by calling convenience stores and other workplaces in the general greater Cincinnati,
I remember
Buffalo
this in the
area.
rules from back in the day.
You haven't been to the latest.
We've added a few.
We added the owners meetings. And we play 4 quarters. We ask each city the same questions. And the city that answers the most questions correctly, we predict will win that particular game.
All right. And the game today is the Buffalo Bills, the home team, versus the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's
By the way,
exciting.
Yesterday, Pat, I was. We had the great couple of people who were here that won an auction for Mercury One.
Kathy and Greg Black.
Kathy and Greg, they were visiting, and I was talking to them after the show, and she's like, "Oh, we used to. You remember this thing you guys used to do where you would call these convenience stores? I couldn't believe you guys did that. That was so mean." I'm like, "I know. Number one, I agree. And number two, we stopped that a long time ago." So people love more on trivia.
They do, and I certainly do, and so. Let's get to it. We're waiting for our first contestant in Buffalo. So as we wait,
it's going to be tough for Cincinnati to win in real life. I don't know what's happening with More on Trivia, but in real life, it's going to be tough for Cincinnati to win this game, man.
Well, they were winning 7-3.
Yeah, but when DeMar Hamlin comes parachuting into midfield at the beginning of this game, that place is going to rock.
It's a good point. You got to believe he's going to be at this game.
Absolutely.
And that is going to be a heck of a moment. Although, I think there was a lot of energy last week, and the Bills got off to a great start, and then all of a sudden, Josh Allen just started throwing it up for grabs.
They won.
Skylar Thompson almost beat them in Buffalo.
It's hard to believe that Buffalo. You just keep looking at them. You're like, this team has got to be the Super Bowl favorite, and then there's something about them that's not clicking.
I know. No, you're right.
Are you concerned as an Eagles fan for the Giants game coming up?
He's always concerned as an Eagles fan.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm always concerned as an Eagles fan. I always assume they're going to lose. I always assume something terrible and tragic is going to happen. That is just life as an Eagles fan, which is interesting because it's the opposite of what you see around here with the Cowboys fans.
Boy, no kidding.
Which is incredible. Like
they expect the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, I've come to respect their optimism. Here's a team who has not won a Super Bowl in decades.
27 years.
Every year they come in here and they're like, they win 2 games in a row. I mean, here's a team that almost lost to Houston.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
The last game of the year looked absolutely terrible, getting blown out by Washington. Mm-hmm. And then they beat a sub-500 playoff team, and they are all convinced they are going to the Super Bowl. And they might be. I mean, they're a good team. They are, when they play well.
Yes.
But what is that? Every 6th week? Now, maybe they string together a bunch of these in a row. Can they beat San Francisco? It's certainly possible.
I don't know, man. You got to make extra points in the NFL.
I know. That was unbelievable.
That was unbelievable.
Something else.
Yeah, 4 in a row. Well, 5 in a row, really, if you go over 2 games.
And they brought in somebody else.
They did?
They brought in somebody else. They haven't said they're going to bench him, but I wouldn't be surprised. Once a kicker gets into that mindset where they can't make an extra point, it's bad.
And
it's really bad.
This is the type of decision that you put your entire career on. If you're the coach and you cheer him on and he comes out and misses a game-winning field goal against the 49ers this weekend, you're toast.
Both gone.
It
gets ugly fast.
So some people are accusing Brett Maher of point shaving.
Oh, because of the overs?
They ended up. All right, I'm with you. Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, it was so early in the game, especially. Yeah. But when it came down to it, the game ended a half a point below
45.
So it was like 45 and a half or whatever it was. Yeah, it was, so half a point. And that's when it became. Wait a minute. So.
Wow.
By the way, do we have a minute here, Pat?
We do.
I've got something I wanted to show you. This is, a video.
Uh-oh.
And we were talking about gambling, and we had such a monumentous event that occurred on this program this year. I thought we should maybe revisit it. So
I have no idea what this is.
Here, watch.
Should I be nervous?
Mm-hmm.
What you're about to see is real.
Oh, come on!
Wait, okay, we'll have to stop, and we'll come back to that after we go to Mike. Hey, Mike. Oh, okay.
Mic drop. Okay, press play, Caleb. Press play, Caleb.
No. All right, go ahead.
What you're about to see is real. The following took place before the NFL season began on September 7th, 2022. At the time, the audience of Pat Gray Unleashed was unaware they were about to witness the greatest money-making opportunity of their lifetimes.
Want to get rich quick? Bet on Stu's NFL picks.
I'm going to lead off here. I'm going back and forth on a couple. I'm going to go.
No, what are you
I'm going to go Chicago under 6.5.
Well done.
And I'm also going to go
pick.
same division, kind of a related pick, Minnesota of over 9.5. Wow, Minnesota over 9.5. The prediction.
Wow. Nice job,
Actual
Stu.
13 wins.
13 wins. The
All right,
Chicago
we'll say my man Doug
and a first-round
former
exit.
Football coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's moved to Jacksonville now, and he's going to take Jacksonville over 6.5 wins, I think. Wow. Prediction over 6.5 wins. Actual 9 wins.
Yes.
3
for 3.
3 for 3. Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Reid. I'm going back-to-back former Philly coaches over 10.5. Prediction over 10.5 wins. Actual 14 wins.
Nice.
Another great season for them.
I'm going to say this is going to be a down
Andy
year
Reid.
for the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go
player.
Green Bay under 11.5.
Bastard.
Green Bay under 11.5. Actual 8 wins.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Man.
Get rich quick.
Nice job.
Tune in to Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, so Stu,
Yes.
that was awesome. And so, I mean, it makes my 4-1 look weak. But what I'll say is we've been doing this for over a decade now. I mean, it's been like 12 years we've been doing this. That's the first time anyone's ever gone 5-0.
Really?
It's got to be. I mean, like I was trying to figure it out, and I'm 90% sure that that's the first time someone's gone undefeated.
I mean, think of this. People spent how many hours, Pat, over this year trying to figure out where to put their money in a 401k, right? What fund
Stock
do I
market's
put
down.
it in? The stock market's
I
down.
know.
What's going on? All they had to do was listen to that one show and just parlay all of my picks together, and they would be billionaires today.
The only person they shouldn't have listened to really is Pat.
That's for sure.
I mean,
when's lunch, Pat?
Did I get anything right?
I was 3-2.
I think you got 1-ish, maybe.
Yeah, 1.
It's my first loss, though. My first loss ever.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, because one time I got gift cards for you over at 7-Eleven to pass out to everybody.
Oh,
if
you
you'll
did?
recall that.
Wait, that's not a...
I'll be sending you over there again.
That was before, though.
Wait.
Yeah.
That was
No,
before
I want
we
lunch.
Before we went to lunch.
Yeah,
that was before we went
Did
to
you guys go to lunch
date.
this week?
It got canceled. Now that's something you should overlook as I brag about going 5 for 5 that I lost last year. So it shows how absolutely random this is. We didn't. We were planning to go out on Wednesday, and then of course we had a bunch of cancellations with Glenn's absence. I had to fill in for his TV show, so we had to reschedule for next week.
How many shows you done this week?
A lot of shows, a lot of freaking shows, a lot of freaking shows, man. No one wants to hear anything else from me at this point. Including myself.
Welcome.
I am. Yeah.
I'd
Finally,
like to welcome them.
They've all entered
That's a really
Jeffy's
good
club.
observation, Stu. Really good.
No
Solid
one wants to hear a word.
observation.
So what do you think is the biggest upset going to be this weekend, gentlemen? In the 4 games that we have Jacksonville, Kansas City. That's my upset special. We've got.
You think Jacksonville's going to win?
I do. Yeah. Don't ask follow-ups.
No, I like it because I may have had. I visit Vegas once a year and make a wager, and my wager this year was the Jacksonville Jaguars to win the Super Bowl. Now, of course, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but it would be a nice.
You got to do
payout
this.
if they
You got to pick a team that has really long odds that you think has talent. That for me was not Jacksonville this year, so kudos to you.
It was that was it was really a Keith type pick because he does this every year. He goes and he wagers on some random like super long shot team to win.
Bengals was my team last year. That's as close as I came, man.
That's really close. That's really impressive.
I should have cashed out.
Yes, this happens every time.
He always tries to convince me to cash out.
I try to counsel Keith through this because
he's a terrible gambler. He needs counseling.
He'll be like, I bet $5 on this bet. It's a 65-team parlay. If I win, it will make me $8.7 million. Should I hedge the bet? Yes, Keith. Yes.
All right, we got Dave in Buffalo. Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, you're going on, man. We'd like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay, you can't ask anybody around you for help. Question number 1. What might one expect to find in the produce department of a grocery store?
Eggs, man. That's close.
In produce?
That's close. I mean, maybe fresh eggs,
That'd
but
be dairy.
no. That's oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Ham. Usually ham is really prevalent in the produce department.
All right.
That's all right, Dave. Don't worry
Question
about
number 2. What does the term impeachment refer to?
The first one.
Okay.
It is the term of taking peaches off the tree. You're impeaching them.
Can't ask anybody for help now, Dave.
No help. Question number 3, though, is an easy one. What day of the month does Christmas Eve typically fall on?
Friday.
Friday.
It typically falls. That's so close. No,
I'm getting wrong everything.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah, you'll be hearing that
Tuesday.
answer again in the future, y'all.
Yeah. All right. Which band is known for the song "Stairway to Heaven"?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. It's DeBarge. A lot of people don't like DeBarge's
Wasn't
music.
it El DeBarge?
It was, well, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was El DeBarge.
He's back in jail. No, he's out on parole.
Is El on? Oh, okay.
He's out on parole.
All right. Well, Dave, you were fantastic. You really were. You almost got one right. Has anybody almost got one right?
He almost got every one right.
So we're gonna send you the home version of our game psychically.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
And I just did. So thanks a lot for playing. Have a great weekend. All right.
Yeah. You too.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I think
I feel like you said last week we were low on games.
Yeah, well, we got 2
and then
left.
Dave
We have
didn't
2
feel like he was
left.
worthy of
keep
the
having
game.
2 left. I don't know where this magic stash of games that you have.
I got them in the office. I just held a couple back for late in the season.
Dave owes all of us lunch after going 0-4.
I mean, what? I mean, that was incredible.
That was incredible.
Day of the month does Christmas Eve typically fall on? Friday?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
brilliant. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's great.
Yeah, you're going to hear that in an open at some point.
Yes.
I know.
That's amazing. Isn't it?
Not a good start for the Bills.
No, not a good start for the Bills at all.
Sure wasn't.
You want to put up
wasn't.
1 in that first quarter. You know, that's key. Because especially when you come to modern more on trivia, where it's difficult to get people on the phone. You don't know how many quarters you're playing. You know, you don't know how this is going to turn out. You got to put points on the board early.
Yeah.
You can't be one of these late, charging teams where you get, some, MIT student who's working the convenience store and goes 4 for 4 in quarter 3. That doesn't pull you out of the fire these days.
No, it does not.
We should point out that in the real world there, if the Bills and Chiefs both win this week, then next week they will play the AFC Championship game in Atlanta.
Yeah, no.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they couldn't finish this game. I don't understand it. They just could have. They have an off week in between the Super Bowl.
They
Slide
could have
stuff
used
back.
everything.
It would have been very easy to do.
Because one of the plans floating around was you wouldn't miss a weekend of playoffs.
Right.
You'd put the NFC playoffs, where they normally go in the wild card round, and then the AFC wild card would be here, and like you said, you'd make up for it later at the week there. Anyway.
I guess
and if nothing else, just use a coin flip. If you can't get the
Right,
game
there
done,
been-
do a coin
call
flip,
it a
declare
tie.
a winner. Let's
Call it a
move
tie.
on.
Call it a
Let's
tie
move on.
and move on.
Yeah.
Just call it a tie and move on.
I mean, both teams would be in the same situation.
Correct.
And so the reason they did the Atlanta neutral site is because both the Bills would have had a shot at the number 1 seed, thus home field advantage, if that game had gone their way. And we'll never know. And so now, if it's Kansas City and Buffalo, the 1 and 2 seeds, we go to the neutral site in Atlanta, which is good for Atlanta because now they get a playoff game there.
I feel there you go. That's how you get them. If you're a Bills or Chiefs fan, I mean, it sucks for you if your team may have been home. You could have gone to the game, and there's obviously an advantage there. For us, though, I guess as fans of other teams or just fans of the NFL, what do I care? I guess if it's at an NFL, so the Super Bowl is going to be at a neutral site too.
Right.
It's just it's a little weird.
It is weird.
And there's talk that I was listening to a few shows that are talking that this may turn the NFL into making those championship games at neutral sites now. So it's like 3 Super Bowls.
I will tell you, it's an advantage that the NFL has over every other league where, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, you don't know where that championship game is going to be or series is going to be until a week before or a couple days before. With the NFL, I booked a flight 3 months ago for this game because you can get out ahead of it. You can set up the big parties. You can tell the executives from all your sponsors that you're going to fly in. We're going to put you up here. This is where it's going to. I mean, you can plan everything out. It's a huge advantage. Yeah.
So wait. Breaking news. You're going to the Super Bowl this year?
I am. Yes.
How cool is that?
I go every year. I go every year. Yeah.
I was just going to ask, is that the first time you've done it?
Never heard
you say you go every year.
Why
haven't you talked about it much?
Well, I thought maybe this was the year to reveal it after all this time.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to get to 15, 16 of them before I really started talking about it. So
it's weird you'd keep that under wraps.
I know. Hey, I'm a humble guy.
You really are.
Yeah, I just don't like to brag about something like that. I just feel weird. I feel uncomfortable. So
let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile thanks you for your support. They've emerged as one of the leaders in the parallel economy, and they have big news. They now offer service with all 3 major networks. This means that if you're with the big 3, like the service, but you hate their values, you can access them with Patriot Mobile. They also offer performance guarantees. If you're not happy with your coverage, you can switch between the 3 major carriers for free. Just a tremendous deal. Nobody else is offering this for you. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They offer nationwide coverage on the best 4G and 5G networks. So you get the same great service, you just pay less, and you're not supporting the liberal values of the big 3. This new year, resolve to stop supporting those companies that don't align with your values. You don't have to do it. Their 100% U.S.-based customer service team is fantastic, too, and they make this switching really easy. So go to patriotmobile.com/Pat, or you can call 878-PATRIOT. 878-PATRIOT or patriotmobile.com. Get free activation today when you use the offer code PAT. That's patriotmobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT. We're in the first quarter of Moron Trivia. Bills, nothing. Bengals about to get the ball. Hopefully any moment now. Waiting for somebody in Cincinnati to pick up the phone. Meantime, have you heard the big news about T.J. Holmes again? T.J. Holmes apparently just had an affair with a 24-year-old in the office. In the office. Yeah.
Who's
just another
one? TJ Holmes.
Who is TJ Holmes?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I thought, am I the only person in the room?
I don't know anything about TJ Holmes. Nothing except I found out in the scope of this article that he's on GMA3.
Yeah, okay. He's the guy who had the affair with the chick.
With the co-host.
The co-host,
But he's not on the main Good Morning America or even the secondary Good Morning America.
Wait, the guy that had the affair with the other host is not even on Good Morning America?
Not even on Good Morning.
It's called GMA3.
Yeah,
it's a
Good Morning America 3. Which comes on, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something. I don't know. It's not even morning anymore when he's on. It's just so weird.
But he's been taking care of some serious ABC business, though.
But, yes.
I guess so.
But he's
pleasing the entire staff, it seems like.
Good for him.
Here's what they said about him. He was a predator who took full advantage of his position, he was reckless. And let me tell you something. When you're on GMA3, That makes you an all-powerful overlord.
You can't say no.
No one can say no or deny any of your wishes or desires. It's impossible. You're powerless against him.
Imagine if he was on GMA2.
I know, right?
He could do anything he wanted.
Right?
You know? This guy.
And I love the fact that she's 24. She's not 3, okay?
Right.
She's
Yes.
24
Yes.
years old. And you're acting like, oh, that's too young in the power dynamic. The power dynamic. It's two consenting adults.
Right.
Thank you.
I mean, we have age limits for a reason.
Move
They're
on.
bright lines you need to avoid, right? This
If
is, I
he
think-
was if he was 45, which he is, and she was 16, you're onto something.
Oh,
We're infatuated by the affair with the co-host, and they're the ones that are they're going against the norms. I mean, she's married. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, she's having an
24-year-old
extramarital
Yeah,
affair.
they were-
the co-host.
Oh, the co-host. Yeah, right. They were both married, I believe, at
Yeah,
the
I
time,
think
were
so.
they not?
But does the co-host know about the intern?
That's a good question.
Well, now the
TJ's
intern.
making the rounds. I will say that. For
TJ's
him.
working
He's-
it.
He's making the
TJ's
rounds
working it.
at ABC.
I know a few women that need to get tested now.
I will say, we said the same thing back with Monica Lewinsky. It's like everyone's like, look, I was as much against Bill Clinton as anybody else, and he deserves all the crap he got for that. But she's not blameless,
No.
right?
Yeah, not at all.
She's not just
She's not
a victim.
14.
I feel bad for her for what happened because of it rose to this prominence. She became a punchline, and you listen to her now talk about those days. And you can't
was
help
bad
but
for
feel
her.
for her, right?
Yeah, it was bad.
We also need
And I contributed to that, by the way. I'm not proud of that.
Oh, my God.
But yeah,
I
she mentioned
piled
you
on.
specifically in one of the interviews. She said,
You are
everything.
not apologizing to Monica Lewinsky.
I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying I contributed.
Yeah, she said it was mostly
Sad.
okay until Pat Gray came along. That was the quote from Monica Lewinsky.
Wow.
Everything
that's
else
weird.
was fine, but then Pat Gray was so mean.
Okay.
But it's funny because you have this you have a situation where a 24-year-old woman who absolutely is completely aware. She goes to a good college. She's a smart person.
She's not handicapped.
Right. She's not
She
like
knows.
She's been swiping right on Tinder for quite some time.
And Twinder. She's on that. She's on Twitter. That's where you go to date. Gosh, how do we not invent this app? Where you date
Twinder.
twins.
Yes.
This is
I
incredible.
Love that. You just stumbled into a money-making marvel.
We need to dump that. Delete that.
Don't let that get out.
Delete it. We got to get the app ready first.
All right. Hopefully, we'll get a contestant in Cincinnati. Still waiting. More. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We're in the midst of more on trivia, although we've gotten one contestant so far. Here we are in the playoffs. This is important stuff.
And there was a scheduling change because we originally invited Stu to be in here because we were going to do the Giants-Philadelphia
And what
game.
was it I said?
And you made a great point. You're like, two cities that we're not going to get any
We're
calls
not going to
from.
get any calls. And then you said, how about Bills and Bengals? Okay, Cincinnati, Buffalo? Yeah, that should work.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Okay, there we go. Got to bitch about it, I guess. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Michelle.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
We'd like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you can't ask anybody around you for help, all right?
Okay, let me go in the corner so I can get away from
That'd be great.
We're going to go in our
That'd be
corner,
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you in the corner now?
Nobody puts
Yes.
baby there.
Okay.
I'm in the corner. I've been bad.
All right. Question number 1. What might one expect to find in the produce department of a grocery store?
Bananas.
Bananas?
Bananas.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Indeed.
right.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll leave it to the woman to get the grocery list.
Wow.
Right.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Oh,
Michelle.
my.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, question number 2.
Facts.
What does the term impeachment refer to?
Impeachment.
Yeah.
That means that they're trying to get rid of whoever is the president at the time. They're trying to get him
Okay.
out.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Question
Okay.
number 3. What day of the month does Christmas Eve typically fall on?
Day of the month, 24th,
Wow.
Nice. Of what month is it?
December.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
It wasn't
That was just a bonus question.
Bonus.
Question number 4. Which band is known for the song Stairway to Heaven?
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was a remake that they did. The Carpenters originally did start it.
Karen did that.
Yeah.
Can we still give it to
Richard
her?
Carpenter wrote it, and Karen sang it.
Really?
But that's okay because Led Zeppelin did it as well, but not as well as the Carpenters, of course. That goes without saying.
Right.
Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have been a fantastic contestant. There's nothing we reward you with because we're running really low on supplies right now. But thank you for playing and have a great weekend, won't you?
Thank you.
All right.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
I feel like the giveaway should have switched. I feel like we should have given the giveaway to Michelle.
Isn't that the way with Moron Trivia, though? It's kind of the way.
Oh, by the way,
it's on your show. What do you mean it's kind of the way?
It's kind of the way.
A business plan update, Twinder.com, is available for $5,000 if you'd like to.
We would start a GoFundMe
invest.
for that.
All right.
We're going to start a GoFundMe, and
I bet that would be a successful venture, really.
I don't know. Thinking about because I've known some twins in my life.
Okay.
I used to work with a couple of women who were twins, and they didn't appreciate the twin jokes. They did not. They were not fans of them thinking of themselves being dated at the same time.
First of all.
Really?
First of all.
First of all. Go ahead, Jeffy, first of all.
And when I say that, what I'm trying to say is they didn't like Jeffy very much. That's kind of the...
That I believe.
Yes.
You only have to identify as twins to be on Twinder, okay?
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
That's a great tagline. You only have to identify as twins to be on Twinder.
It kind of defeats the whole purpose of it, though, doesn't
No,
it?
it doesn't.
If they're not really twins?
No.
Wait a minute. Are you
Okay.
saying, hold on, are you saying if you identify as something, you're not that thing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Did it sound like that?
It
no,
did.
No,
It
no,
did.
no. I didn't
did
mean
sound like
to.
that.
By the way,
that at all.
almost Twinder.com, available for 1 cent.
Oh, nice.
Almost Twitter? Why would you want almost Twitter?
Because you're just identified.
So, Heather, are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
We got 4 questions for you, if that's all right.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay. We're if you can't ask anybody around you for help, all right? If you don't know the answer, just take a guess. Question number 1. If you're watching the sunrise at your store, okay, let's say you're early enough at your store to see the sunrise. You're not at home, but you're at your store. Which direction does the sun rise at your store?
East.
East.
Yes.
There you go.
What about at home? Now, when you're home, this is just a bonus
Okay.
question. When you're home, what direction does it rise?
She's at work. She doesn't know.
East.
East.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow. There's
Nice.
A lot of people
Scientist.
don't work at a place that looks the same way as their home.
Right, that's true. That is true. All right. Heather, which state's abbreviation is UT?
Utah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job. Question number 3.
Buffalo coming back.
Who is featured on the $100 bill?
Oh, God. Benjamin Franklin?
Indeed.
Did it.
And finally, question number 4.
Oh,
Who is Damar Hamlin?
Oh, no. See?
Wait.
That's the Bills guy.
That's
What?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Number
Guy
three.
number 3. That's true.
He is
Yes.
number 3.
He
That's
is
right.
number 3.
Yeah. Heather, good job. You got all 4. That was a clean sweep. Nicely done. Are you a Buffalo Bills fan?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Are they gonna pull it off this weekend?
Yes, they are.
You think so?
You going to the game?
No, I'm not going to the game.
No, we're not either. So, I'd sure like to.
Would like to be there.
Not going. Not going.
Can't be there.
Well, we'll not see you there then. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Heather. Well,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.
I threw a flag on the play because
Why?
these questions were originally for Philadelphia and the Giants, and it's a neutral question. Who's Damar Hamlin? Well, now we just asked Bills fan. Hey, tell us the name of the player.
We're going to ask
on the
Cincinnati
Bills.
the same
Okay.
question.
I will say the one thing I will say about this.
yeah.
That was my initial
Good point.
reaction.
Good
Should be a
point.
flag. However,
Come on.
it
was
happened
so-
in the Cincinnati game.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yes.
they are just as tied to
and
that
it happened
incident.
in the city of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Boom,
So I
we're
think
clear.
it's okay.
And please.
Jeffy?
I already said it was.
Oh, okay.
We're going to pick up the flag.
It got so much publicity. You should know.
Absolutely.
Who Damar Hamlin
Especially
is.
when it's your own city, too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think you could argue you're in, Washington, and you should know.
Well,
but
some would say that sometimes the greater Cincinnati, greater Buffalo area might not be in the city.
I'll also say the actual question is, who is featured on the $100 bill?
Are you really going to?
And I don't know if that affected the way you delivered that question at all, Pat.
Nobody sees. Okay, here we go. Come on, Kayla, zoom in here. Thank you, Stu Bregear, for pointing this out. Who is feature Don? Thank you for that.
So, who is featured on? I don't know. Donald Trump?
Can we talk about my adeptness at adapting
on the
fly.
to the mistake?
Well, I didn't even skip a beat.
I have a question for the commissioner.
Broadcast professional.
I have a question for the commissioner. Is it Pat's job to manipulate the questions on the fly
I invited this guy.
to change the results of the game? I'm just asking.
It shouldn't be.
Okay, hang on a second. Hang on. Stu, you know how for the longest time you've always said that you keep emergency food in your drawer. It's like sauce packs or something like that.
Yes.
Did you see the man who survived at sea for 24 days by eating ketchup and garlic powder?
Yeah.
So it works.
That is awesome.
Obviously
Thank you.
Heinz, or he would have died.
For how long?
24 days.
Yeah.
On ketchup and garlic powder?
I just opened up
He
this.
had a
you got this?
mirror in the boat too. That's how he got rescued. He flashed the airplanes flying over, and they finally sent the Coast Guard. to
Wow,
rescue
really?
him. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Really, wow.
I will
And
say
now
too.
we're sending him back.
Because so let me ask you this. We'll follow up on that in a minute.
Joseph in Cincinnati area. Hey, Joseph.
Hello.
Hi.
Right.
We'd like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't ask anybody for help. If you don't know the answer, just take a guess, okay?
All right.
All right. Question number 1. If you're watching the sunrise at your store, where you are right now, not at your home, but at your store, which direction does the sun rise? East.
Yeah, nice job.
How about that? Question number 2. Which state's abbreviation is UT?
Utah.
There you go.
Nice. Question number 3. Who is featured on the $100 bill?
Featured Don.
Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln. Oh man. Gosh darn it.
It's actually
No, Washington.
Can we just give it to
a little
him?
too
Let's
late.
just give it to.
Yeah,
too late.
a little too late. Actually, on the new bills, have you seen the new 2023 bills? It's Elvis Presley. They just switched it to Elvis.
That's great.
So,
They actually
and it's
should.
Fat Elvis too. It's Elvis that
You can lose your
wanted
tone on
another
Elvis.
nanner sandwich, man.
It was actually $1 bill, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. You nailed it.
All right. Question number 4, and finally, who is Damar Hamlin?
He's the one who from the Bills.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes,
Yes.
that is true.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
He's also the first chair flutist for the London Symphony Orchestra
A lot of people
during the
don't know
off
that.
season. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't know that, but to me, that's the more important position.
I thought it was flautist. It's
For
not.
me.
I
Flautist?
wanted to let you know that it's playing the flute.
Okay.
So that's why I called it flutist, but it is flautist.
So
You are right.
Joseph,
What,
in
you
your
Rizzo or
store,
something?
Joseph, in your store, has anybody come in using the new Elvis $100 bills yet? Is that?
I haven't seen it. That's, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Keep your eye.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Keep your eyes
If
peeled.
I
Yeah.
see it, I'll let you guys know.
Nice.
And when you get one, call us because I want to switch you for 2 actual $100 bills of the old kind. All right?
Wait.
So give us a call, and I'll switch you the Elvis $100 bill for 2 Benjamins.
Hold on.
Wait.
So you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to give him $200 for a $100 Elvis.
This
yeah.
is Keith.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
is Keith math.
Number
Right?
there.
Yeah, it does seem like you're on the wrong side of that one, but
It does, doesn't it? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
thank you,
Joseph.
Joseph. Do you remember
I know.
Do you remember the Dana Carvey show that was short-lived on ABC? That's the kind of thing
I
they
do not.
They would do these pranks. They would
Really?
drive up and order at the drive-thru, and then they would get up to the window, and it'd be time to get their food. And before the guy could hand it to them, they'd pay the money, and then they'd peel away and laugh like, ah, ha, ha, we just
Suckers.
paid.
it was like bad pranksters.
That's exactly what that was. Here's your
funny.
$200 for your
funny.
counterfeit $100.
Loser. I will say, by the way, great documentary on that. If you haven't seen the documentary on that show,
Really?
the Dana Carvey show. It's called "Too Funny to Fail."
What?
And
Really?
great because it goes through.
Is it on Netflix?
Their cast on that show. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was Dana Carvey, and then it was again, like we might not love all these people, but think of this the level of talent here. They had Stephen Colbert was on the show. Steve Carell.
I didn't realize this
was on the show.
Oh my gosh, really?
The head writer of the show was Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, and so they go through all this and basically why the show failed because they had all this talent. It was supposed to be incredible.
I think I know.
But it was they had all sorts of different reasons. But
I thought it was the one bit that was against the Royals.
Oh,
that did it to him.
That was on there. The first bit they aired was Dana Carvey as Bill Clinton, and this is in prime time. They put the show in prime time, like right after Home Improvement. And the first bit is him, and in the middle, he's like talking about something, and then he just rips his shirt open, and he has like 6 nipples, and people start feeding off of the nipples. And
that show pushed it.
I mean, they pushed it. They thought like we got to be edgy. Everyone's going to expect us to go really far, and everyone was like, "We just watched Tim the Toolman Taylor. What the hell is this?" Like, the president is lactating on television. Why?
My family's still here.
Right, and so it did not work very well.
What year was that?
In the 90s. I was in college.
Yeah,
had to be.
It was
90s.
after Dana Carvey left. He was going to try to, he was on Saturday Night Live, and he was the big star there. He left to start this movie career, TV career, and this was the big thing. So they loaded it with talent, and they paid him a fortune, and it lasted like 6 episodes. It's a great documentary, though.
Wow.
It didn't last long.
Netflix documentary?
I want to say it might be Hulu, but check your local listings.
Too funny to fail.
Too funny to fail. Yeah, check that out.
I will. I love
Hulu.
documentaries now. I can't get enough of them.
I love them too.
Watch them all the time.
It's just so good.
Oh, in fact, almost
They're
the
too
only
good.
thing I watch on Netflix
They're too
are
good.
documentaries. They are. They're just, and almost all of them that I click on and watch, I'm hooked on.
Yeah.
And love them.
Did you watch the Madoff thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch. Yes.
If it pops up in my feed on Netflix, I have to watch it. That's
Well,
just
to watch it under your banner, I mean, that's all you'll get. The algorithm will send you nothing but documentaries.
And they do send me a ton of documentaries.
all pretty good. It's not
Yeah.
like drama.
It's weird.
Like you watch a drama, half of them are good, half of them suck. Right? That's not how documentaries are. They're all just good somehow.
Have you seen Hey Pepsi, Where's My Jet?
I have not watched that one yet. I've seen
You
it.
need to.
I've seen it. Is it?
Yeah,
Because I've heard the story
It's
before. So
great.
that one I knew.
It's a
the
great story,
of,
and I vaguely remember that some of the details. You heard about it on the news every once in a while, but when you see what was really going on behind the scenes and how they had Pepsi by the giblets, and somehow the Pepsi lawyers got him out of it.
They really screwed. They screwed him
amazing.
over.
They screwed the guy. Yeah, badly.
Oh.
He should have taken the $1 million they offered him in the first place.
Right.
And he could have left and had $1 million
Been
bucks,
done
but he
with it.
wanted the jet. He wanted a Harrier jet.
I
don't know.
Ya?
Where are you going to park it? Where are you going to park it?
You're going to sell a Harrier jet for a lot more than $1 million.
Yes,
so
that's
that
true.
might be.
Yeah.
Although, who's the buyer?
I'm not
Iran?
sure.
Yes,
at the time, probably Iran or Iraq. All right. Also, Facebook, Instagram are both. We talked about this yesterday on the Glenn Beck program. They're both. I'll have to tell you what they're both doing in a minute. We got Paul in. Are we up to Buffalo again?
Buffalo.
Hey, Paul.
Hello.
We're going to ask you 4 questions, if that's all right.
Yep.
Okay. Can't ask for any help from anybody that might be around you. All right?
Okay.
Question number 1. In the United States, wedding rings are typically worn on which hand?
Right hand.
The right hand.
Right hand. The right hand.
Wait, no.
No, actually, neither. They're supposed to be put on a chain, and you wear it around your neck.
Yeah, with a giant ball attached.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Question number 2. What state has the airport LAX located in it?
California.
Indeed. Good job. Question number 3. Decaffeinated coffee lacks what stimulant?
Caffeine.
There you go.
And question number 4. From where you're standing, which direction would you go to end up in the nation of Canada?
North.
Okay. Congratulations.
It's huge.
So I think you got 3 out of 4. Nobody's ever gotten 3 out of 4 before.
No, they have not.
so-
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. You did really well. Are you a Bills fan?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, a little bit. Whatever. All right, well, have a great weekend, and we'll probably talk to you on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Check and
Yeah,
see how
stop
your
it.
weekend
Wait, we
went.
are? Stop
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
What was wrong with
I-
that question?
I feel like a real kinship just developed
Aw,
there.
that's
And
sweet.
yeah, I'm going to check back with him on Monday. See how he's doing.
Get that number for him, guys. Don't get that number.
What's wrong, Stu? Can they travel west to get to Canada too?
As anyone would know.
Thank
I
you.
forgot this was Buffalo.
Yes.
Buffalo, you can travel west to get to Canada.
Get out of my
You
face.
can. You can.
And that's a problem because now you're giving more available answers to people in
not a problem at
Buffalo
all. They
than
have
the
the
people in
answer.
Cincinnati, flag on
And
the
you know
field.
what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Oh, I've got
He answered
I-
correctly.
I've got something that you will care about. Okay, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Kevin McCarthy has just introduced the fair tax bill to abolish federal income.
Why are they
tax.
Has he
doing that?
really?
Let me tell you.
You know
this
that would never happen
is-
if they had the Senate.
Exactly. This is the
Yes.
point.
Never.
It's like they,
No.
they all of a sudden discover they have balls and they're bold and they have all these
Yeah.
visions and stuff.
And they're showing you how great a speaker I am because we're going to introduce the fair tax.
I will
Are
say,
you?
I'm not a Kevin McCarthy fan,
Right.
but in slight defense of Kevin McCarthy on this one, reportedly this is one of the things that the holdouts asked
I
for.
wondered about that.
So they
Yeah.
said we
Oh,
want to
did they?
vote
That
on the
makes sense.
fair
I didn't know that.
tax if we're going to vote for you for
Okay.
speaker. So
Well, that's not bad.
again,
But they'd never do it. I don't think he'd bring it forward if
Yeah.
the Senate was Republican.
and look, there are things to like about the fair tax. It's not my
yeah.
favorite tax proposal.
Do you know? I mean, after years of debating this back and forth, is it better to pay 23% on all new products and have no income tax and get rid of the IRS? Blah 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 blah. After years of talking about that, it was long about 08 or 09, and it had very little publicity. But the fair tax people said, "Oh yeah, you know what? We miscalculated. It would actually be about 32%."
I remember that.
Wait, what? Yeah, it might even be more than 32%, but it'd probably never go much above 40%. No, I'm sorry. No, thank you. All right,
This is it here, right?
Yep, we got Isaac in Cincinnati. Hey, Isaac.
Hey, how you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing
All
great.
right, man.
Thank you for asking. You really concerned, or are you just making small talk?
This is small talk, man.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
doing the work, bro.
I was sensing some of that. All right, so we'd like to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay, you can't ask anybody for help. In the United States, this is question number 1 now. Wedding rings are typically worn on which hand?
On the left hand.
There
Yep.
you go.
And I think we're there, right? Question number 2, just for fun. What state is the airport LAX located in?
California.
California.
There you go.
California.
Yep. It used
Not
to
sure
be
of yourself?
in Rhode Island, but they moved
Well, that's
it.
why he wasn't sure of
Yeah,
himself.
because
He
it
thinking
was
of
the
that.
Rhode
Yeah.
Island LAX.
That's weird.
Question number 3, decaffeinated coffee lacks which stimulant?
Decaffeinated.
Would be...
Stimulant.
Yeah, they've removed the mustard. It's mustard.
Is it
Yeah.
all of the mustard out of there? Or is it
Yeah,
just
they
some?
know they take
One, man. That was a hard
97.
I
It was a hard
I
one.
know, it was a hard
97% mustard comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's very hard.
you
though.
still
That's-
have 3%.
No one's
mustard.
ever gotten that one before. have
Never.
they?
No,
That's
they
why it's
never got
bitter
it.
sometimes. Too much mustard.
Right. Question number 4. From where you're standing, which direction would you go to end up in Canada?
North.
North. He said.
North?
Yep.
Good job.
man.
Yeah. Thank you for playing the game.
Yeah, that mustard curveball.
That was really incredible. Has anybody ever gotten
3 of them.
3 before?
No, that's never happened.
It's never happened.
Never happened.
That is
So
awesome.
congratulations, man. Wear that proudly. You know, maybe tell people at parties you go to. Yeah, I got 3 out of 4 one time.
Yep. Bring a rainbow
So-
flag and say, I'm proud.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
proud.
In fact, wear the rainbow jersey.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, man. Have a great weekend.
boss.
Cool.
Hey, you too, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Live it, love it. You're just a woman.
That's a nice guy right there.
That's a good guy.
I just hate that he's going to be at a party talking about mustard and coffee this weekend. Whoops.
Wait.
I love that he's going to be doing that. That's
What did I add wrong?
No. So the Bills won?
Yeah.
No.
yeah. Bills win. Our prediction
I
is.
thought I had the other
No,
way
the
around.
Cincinnati Bengals
Cincinnati
won.
Bengals won. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
The Cincinnati Bengals won.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because the Bills
10 to
started 0 for
7.
4.
Yeah, sorry.
Look at this. Flags all over the place.
I want the Bills,
It's hard to
so
find
I'm
good
kind of
help.
bummed about that. Darn it.
my bad. My bad. All right.
Who do you guys want? You want the Bills or the Bengals.
I'm torn. I don't know that it matters, but I like Cincinnati. I like
Really?
Joe Burrow, yeah.
I just think it would be nice for the Bills to
I still
finally...
feel bad for them losing 4 in a row.
I'm with Stu. I'm with Stu on the Bills. I feel like they're the team that should be there, but they never are.
Yeah, and this team looks. Everyone picked them as the overwhelming favorite at the beginning of the season, and there's a chart that came out the other day of basically the luckiest teams to the least luckiest team. Keith and I were going back and forth on this, and it showed stuff like a fumble. Which side does it go to? Kind of a lucky play, like dropped interceptions, things like that. Like how do you? This is all luck. And the luckiest team in the NFL was the New York Giants.
Oh yeah.
The least lucky team in the NFL was the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
when it starts going your way,
they still won 13 games.
Right. So they've overcome. Had no luck on their side, and still,
Does it break down penalties or anything, or just plays?
No, it was
because sometimes, man,
dropped interceptions, dropped passes.
You get a non-call or a call, it throws the momentum of the whole game, and that happens it's done.
And this is why you need to invest in having higher quality. Let's say in this case, commissioners. If you have a better commissioner, you get better calls, you get better results.
And I'm willing to step in for Roger Goodell at any time.
I feel like you're second in charge. I feel like the moron trivia commissioner is like the
second
the leader,
in charge of the
not the
NFL.
vice president, maybe the Speaker of the House.
So biggest upset you're predicting from this weekend, gentlemen? I'm saying Jaguars over Chiefs. What do you got? You got the Giants, Eagles. You got the Cowboys, 49ers, and the Bills, Bengals.
I don't know that I see an upset.
Okay.
Well, the Bills are favored, right?
By 3, yeah.
So the Bengals is to be an
upset. I mean, the Bengals is the most obvious one. That's to me a toss-up game. Yeah. I mean, but Bills at home, I should probably win.
Stu and I will be filling in for Glenn coming up
next.
Yeah,
we should probably get in there.
We'll see you back here on Monday, and we didn't get to the parody song. We'll have to do the tampons in the boys' room. We'll debut on Monday instead.
Right. Excellent.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.